I never believed people when they said history could repeat in a single lifetime. Wars, yes. Economic crashes, sure. But Bible-type moments? Those belonged in old paintings and Sunday sermons, not in the middle of an ordinary Tuesday in Ohio. Then the sirens started. They weren't police sirens. They weren't tornado sirens either. They were slower, deeper, almost like a warning meant for the soul, not the ears. I was at the hardware store when everyone's phones vibrated at the exact same second, not one after another, the exact same second. Every screen lit up with the same notification. Global emergency broadcast. Remain calm and stay indoors after sunset. No explanation, no weather alert, no attack warning, just stay inside. The cashier, an older woman named Denise, whispered, "This feels wrong." Not scary, not dangerous, wrong. Outside, the sky looked normal. Blue, bright, a few clouds drifting lazily like nothing in the universe had changed. Yet nobody talked. People walked to their cars quickly, but not in panic, more like they suddenly remembered they left the oven on at home. That night, the internet slowed down across the country. Not out, just slow. Videos buffered forever. Live streams cut every few seconds. Social media feeds stopped refreshing after a few posts. But one video kept circulating. A security camera recording from somewhere in Arizona. Timestamp 3:12 a.m. A man was walking his dog along an empty sidewalk, streetlights steady, quiet neighborhood. Then the entire street flickered. Not dark, just dimmer, like someone lowered reality's brightness. The dog froze, not barking, not running, frozen, staring straight upward. The man followed its gaze, and the camera glitched. Not a digital glitch, more like the air itself distorted, like heat rising from asphalt in summer, except it was 3 a.m. Then, for half a second, a shape appeared in the sky. Not solid, not light, something between both. The video ended there. By morning, news channels called it atmospheric interference, solar activity, lens reflection. Every expert had a confident explanation. Yet none of them explained why animals across multiple states reacted at the same time. Farmers reported cattle standing still for hours. Birds changed migration direction overnight. Even house pets refused to enter certain rooms after sunset. My brother Caleb, who never cared about religion in his life, showed up at my door that afternoon holding a Bible I hadn't seen since our grandmother died. He didn't say hello. He just asked, "Do you remember what Jesus said about the days of Noah?" I laughed nervously. "You drove across town for that?" But he didn't smile. People were eating, drinking, marrying, normal life, until the day everything changed. I tried to brush it off. Strange events happen. The world is weird sometimes. But Caleb pointed toward my TV. The news anchor was mid-sentence when he suddenly stopped speaking. Not paused, stopped. His mouth slightly open, eyes unfocused, like someone listening to a voice nobody else could hear. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, then he continued reading like nothing happened. The broadcast never mentioned it again. That night, the sky turned orange after sunset. Not red like a normal sunset, not storm cloud dark, glowing orange across the entire horizon. Every state reported it. No wildfire smoke, no dust storm explanation, just a glowing sky and silence. At 11:47 p.m., my power flickered once, exactly once. My digital clock reset to 12 o'clock, but never started counting again. The colon blinked, but the numbers didn't move. Down the street, a car alarm began sounding and wouldn't stop. Then another, not random, one after another in perfect sequence, moving block by block like a wave. I stepped onto the porch. The neighborhood was awake, but nobody spoke. People stood outside their houses staring upward, not recording, not calling anyone, just watching, because above the clouds, something was moving, not flying, not falling, waiting. And that's when Caleb whispered behind me. Jesus didn't just warn about the day, he warned about the signs before it.
Nobody answered Caleb, not because they didn't hear him, but because every person on the street was seeing the same thing at the same moment. The clouds weren't drifting anymore. They were holding shape. You don't notice how alive the sky normally feels until it suddenly stops moving. Wind still touched my face, but the clouds above looked painted, fixed, like the world had been paused except for us. Then the silence deepened. No insects, no distant traffic. Even the car alarms shut off mid-sound, as if someone muted reality. A vibration moved through the ground, not shaking, not an earthquake, more like standing near massive speakers at a concert, except there was no sound attached to it. My chest felt tight, like the air had become heavier. Caleb grabbed my arm. "You feel that?" I nodded. Across the street, Mr. Donnelly, retired Marine, loudest man in the neighborhood, dropped to his knees without warning. Not dramatic, not emotional, just knelt, eyes locked upward. Others followed. Nobody told them to, nobody panicked. They just knew something bigger than fear was happening. The shape above the clouds slowly brightened. Not a flash, not lightning, a steady light, warm, almost golden, spreading outward until the orange sky became brilliant white. Yet it didn't hurt to look at. Somehow your eyes could hold it without strain. And then came the sound, not through the ears, inside the mind. Every person later described it differently. Some said trumpet, some said rushing water, some said 1,000 voices speaking together. But we all understood the same message without words. Wake up. At that exact second, phones everywhere powered on, even if turned off. My dead tablet on the kitchen counter lit up inside the house. Car radios activated. TVs switched from static to pure white. But no broadcast appeared. Only a calm, overwhelming awareness filled the air, like standing before someone who knew you completely. Every lie, every regret, every hidden kindness nobody else ever saw. People began crying quietly, not from terror, from recognition. Memories I hadn't thought about in years rushed back. Things I said, things I avoided, moments I ignored when I felt I should do right but didn't. Yet mixed with it came an indescribable peace, not accusation, not anger, truth with mercy. Beside me, Caleb whispered through tears, "He said people wouldn't expect the hour." The light intensified. Above the clouds, the shape resolved, not fully visible, yet unmistakable, the way you recognize someone you love in a crowd before seeing their face clearly. All at once, the heavy feeling lifted. The air became weightless. A sudden joy spread across the street. Not excitement, relief, deep relief, like the end of a long illness you didn't know you had. Some people reached upward instinctively. And then it happened. Not explosions, not chaos, quiet departures. A woman near the mailbox vanished mid-step, her coat falling gently to the pavement. A man leaning against his truck simply wasn't there the next blink. No flash, no wind, presence turning into absence. Gasps echoed, but still no panic. More and more gone. The light pulsed once, warm and bright, and Caleb's grip on my sleeve loosened. I turned. He looked at me with a peace I'd never seen in his life. Not surprise, not confusion, certainty. He smiled, the kind of smile people have when they finally understand something after years of searching. "Remember what Grandma believed?" he said softly. Before I could answer, the brightness surrounded him. For a fraction of a moment he was still there, then only empty air where he stood. The the street grew quieter than any silence I'd ever known. Some remained, stunned, breathing hard, looking around at empty spaces once filled by neighbors and friends. The glow above began to fade, the clouds slowly moving again like nothing had interrupted them. Distant sirens returned, dogs barked, power lines hummed back to life. My clock inside restarted, 12:01. Normal sounds, but nothing was normal anymore. On the ground beside me lay Caleb's Bible. It had fallen open. A single verse stared upward in the porch light. "Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come." The sky returned to darkness, and for the first time in my life, the world didn't feel abandoned. It felt left behind.